Welcome to my podcast called about creative uses of AI in Norway. What a night at the AI Meetup on September 18th at Trekanten. Lars Hvinden shared valuable insights on AI-driven innovation, while Edmond Yang impressed us with his viral AI art. Now let's recap.
Hi guys, this is the 12th session of Oslo Creative AI gathering. I met a lot of cool guys that I wanted to show off here. Some weren't available, some were, but I managed to have a conversation with two. One and only Edmond Yang, that you get to know a bit better, and Lars Hvinden from Brighton board, I think. You will get more familiarized with their work and with their passion and their entrepreneurship. Talk to you later. Okay guys, this is part one of the podcast. The part one of the podcast, I'll be talking to Lars Hvinden from Brightboard.
Okay, first of all guys, thank you for watching. I have a special guest for you tonight at Oslo Creative AI. Okay, we got Brightboard Lars Hvinden. We got Lars Hvinden from Brightboard, and let's just start, right?
Yeah,
straight to the point. So, could you just tell us about yourself? Who you are, what you are, and the reason you come here, and try to speak as loudly as possible, right? Not actually yelling, but not far from it, right? So go.
So my name is Lars, and I've been working in sales and marketing for the last 16 years, and I'm here to inspire people to really get in there and vibe code, but also showcase my business Brightboard, which I built with vibe coding and data button especially. So I was here today and I gave a speech about that, and it's been great. People have been really engaged, and it's cool to see that so many people are using these tools to build software.
Great. Let's just jump straight into it, okay?
Yeah.
I've got some questions. I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
Let's talk about, I guess, your baby that you have sold once at least.
Yeah.
What's up with that? So let's talk about Brightboard, okay?
Yeah.
What is the product?
Yeah. So Brightboard is a platform where employees and customers can submit ideas to make the company better. So if you're an employer, you use Brightboard to gather good ideas to help you cut costs, increase revenue, save time on decision making, and also reduce risk. So it's an innovation management platform that helps you create a culture for innovation in your company.
Great. Okay, so there are a lot. What problem do you solve with that for a company?
So I think for the most part is that usually there are a lot of great ideas in companies, in employees and customers' heads that don't really get into the boardroom and don't get decided on.
Yeah.
So that ends up like businesses making decisions on not a complete picture of information, you know. So this will just help them run their business in a better way and make better decisions that will make them increase their revenue and save costs, you know.
Yeah. And the best, this is like my passion, customization, right?
Yeah.
That's the best thing I know regarding to development and idea exchange, right?
Yeah.
How customizable is Brightboard? And and this is going to be a bit peculiar question regarding rights, right? Because when you sell it, do you have the rights? Do you sell the rights of the product too, or is it like you can sell a product several times. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course.
The sale model. How does that work?
Yeah.
Let's go first for the customization and then the sale.
Yeah. So for the customization, now I'm at quite an early stage, so I'm really interested to hear what all the customers need and being able to customize the solution for their part.
Yeah.
And I've also built in a lot of functions so they can tailor it to their needs.
So. There we go. Sorry.
And the other part of your question?
So customization and sales.
Yeah. And you're also talking about who owns what. So obviously I own the platform, the customer owns their own data, so that doesn't get shared with anyone. That's
so
their
you
private
basically
data.
rent your platform.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah, so it's a classic software as a sales model.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the questions I really wanted to ask you. Because leveraging AI as a business, I think is kind of difficult for entrepreneurs. Let me see.
That's a lot of questions.
No, just as one thing. It's not just all for you. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah. So there was one part of your presentation I really like, and I think it's quite. That's an actual problem that I think AI users generally, not just developers like you or those who work with this stuff, and that is the issues with AI. I would love to hear your thoughts about that, and I love the presentation. I would love to just grab your words and repeat it, but it's your time to tell it as it is, right?
So I feel like the potential for using these AI technologies are enormous for businesses, but obviously you have to do it in a controlled manner. So if you use enterprise tools, then your data is handled in a careful way and is not used to train the models and so on.
Yeah.
So I feel like every company should really look into how they can utilize AI, not just utilizing AI for AI's sake, but utilizing it specifically for the specific problems they have in their business to solve them. And to do that, you have to be really interested in the technology and lean forward and learn and test and fail. And I think everybody needs to do that.
Right. So what I got from you, and I want you to contextualize your answer based on the notes that I took from your notes, right?
Yeah.
So you basically spoke of AI producing errors in the codes.
Exactly.
That's one. If you mind, I'm just going to. It can follow your plans because it's kind of a child.
Yes.
In this way, and it does simple stuff to a complicated matter.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
How would I, as an AI user, use that in mind?
I think if you use it in a really hands-on way, like I do, I wanted to solve a problem, and thereby I built this software to solve it with AI.
Yeah.
And in the process, I really got to learn a lot about how these AI systems work.
Yeah.
And there are definitely differences between each large language model. So they have their own personalities. So Gemini and GPT-5 and Claude, they're all different. But you have to get to know them just as you would get to know your own child, sort of.
I love that.
And you need to be a strict parent in a way. You need to follow up with it and make sure that it's like doing its homework, doing the job you tell it to do, and also that it understands what you're trying to say. Because if you give it unspecific prompts, you will get bad results.
Right. There is one. If you don't mind, I love to go back to the money part. There was an expression you used during the presentation. You talked about upfront payments. Okay. You talked about the pilot testing being not being cheaper.
Yeah.
And my experience with softwares using them. lifetime deals, I want you to tell me your way of doing business, and talk about the pros and cons of them, and also possibilities of lifetime deals, if you even have thought about those stuff.
Yeah. I think the most important thing, if you're going to scale a business, you have to prove that your solution is actually solving a problem, and thereby you need a pilot, and that pilot can't be too expensive, you know. So you need to, in collaboration with your first clients, really figure out how you're going to do it. In my experience, I think if you're going to bootstrap your company and you're going to fund it yourself, it's important to have upfront payments and do multi-year deals if you can do that, if you're in a position to do that. But that's after proving your product that it actually works, you know. But it's different for all businesses, and if you have a lot of capital, venture capital, and you're growing your business that way, you can have different business models. But if you want to bootstrap it, then it's a good way to go.
Not annual, but quarterly no, what? 3-year contracts, right? That was what you were talking about.
Yeah, I was just saying that there are multiple ways to do it, and it all depends on what the client needs.
What do you think about the lifetime deals? And basically using lifetime deals and limit the opportunities gradually after the product has been. I know it's kind of on the gray zone, but that's business for you, right? So
yeah, I don't think necessarily that makes any sense for lifetime deals. But we'll see when you get to that point. If a customer is so happy they want to sign up for life, then I'm not going to say no to that.
Right. Look, I've got a lot of stuff I need to ask you, and the time isn't on our side.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to just one last question, and I'm going to liberate you from this agony. Let's hope it's not an agony, right? The security part. I feel like AI and security, they don't match. They go on parallel ways. You talked about it a bit, but I think our viewers would actually take notice of your experiences regarding to AI and security.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's an important topic, and I think all companies that develop software with AI need to have security sort of paramount when they design the system.
So you basically talking about delegation of the security part, right?
No, I'm talking about when you develop the system, you need to keep security in mind, and you know.
As the developer,
yeah. And I think also if you grow, if you take on bigger clients, they will have more need for security, and maybe you need to hire developers and professionalize your business in a way. So I've done that at the moment. So I have a developer as well that works with me. So I didn't initially when I created the product and the MVP. But if you want to sell to large businesses, I think it makes sense to either learn how to code for yourself
or delegate.
And
for your own company, and do not delegate it to your customers.
No, not at all.
That's a stupid thing to do.
It's your responsibility to make sure that your solution is secure, and safe, and your customers will have demands, and you have to meet them.
You know what? I promised you 10 minutes, and I'm 2 minutes over. I hope it's fine. Thank you for coming to our podcast. And I hope to see you again. And maybe you've got some other stuff that are exciting, and I can have a conversation with you about that as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, guys, this is part 2 of the podcast. I'll be talking to Edmond Yang about his passion and his journey to where he is right now and where he has been before this place.
This podcast is sponsored by me. What a surprise! Make sure to tune in on January 1st, 2026 for my totally groundbreaking short movie based on a highly customizable and also simple branded GPT that's just excellent for your privacy.
So you managed to keep up so far, huh? Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Hateful comments are welcomed as well. Hehe.
Okay guys, welcome to the part 2. We are on the creative side, creative part of this podcast. I want to welcome Edmond Yang, an AI innovator and AI artist. Actually, an AI artist and AI, you know what? How do you define yourself?
That's also a difficult question because I don't like to define myself specifically. What I say to people is more or less I'm an interdisciplinary visual artist. So I use technology, which is now of course AI, maybe in the future which is not AI anymore, and then use that in my work and to actually use that to tell a story.
Okay, great. So you have showcased 3 movies here, right? 3 short movies,
yes.
Right? Before we go into those short clips, I want you to tell a bit about both your past, your path towards where you are now, and also tell us where are you right now, because a lot has changed for you, right?
Yes, it did.
Go for it.
I mean, my background is I've been working as a freelance designer, art director, creator for the past 25 years, mostly for different ad agency here in Oslo, Norway. So I've always been using and curious with technology in my work. So how I can use technology to optimize and make my work. Actually, I would say I'm a very lazy person, so I want to find ways using technology to make things faster, more automated, and just better for my clients. So using AI, I've been working with. In the past, I've been working with Nike. I have Helle Hansen. I have Telenor, like huge brands through different ad agencies in Norway. For about 5-6 years ago, I started also my own digital agency in Oslo, which is called Oslo.
Sorry, what did you call it?
A digital agency.
Digital agency.
Yes.
What is that?
Agency that we work with digital media, basically.
Okay.
So we did everything from video production, e-commerce website, AR, VR, branding, strategy, etc., etc. So I did that for 3 years. At the most we were 11 full-time employees, and we had a very good run. But at the end, I felt it was too much administration with people, too less creativity. So I went back to do what I like most, is doing my own work, and also.
What is the timeline now?
Now we are in approximately in 2022-23.
Okay, so all what you just described was until 2022.
Yes.
Okay.
And of course, I've been running a modeling agency. I've exported fish oil to Asia for the past 10 years. Did a lot of startups, a lot of entrepreneurship here in Oslo, because my background is from Hong Kong, China. So I always find a reason or a link to do business between China and Norway. So up until 2023, I have been doing this. Exploring a lot more into AI, generative AI to be specific. So after that, I've been just working with that, and now I'm full-time AI. I would say I use AI every day, and that's what I do right now. And I do a lot of I can mention that we won also the biggest AI competition in the world called Odyssey this year. And
congrats!
No, thank you. Season 2. So after that, it opened a lot of doors, and now
When was this? If
in January in LA. Yeah. So after 4,500 submissions, we were won gold in the most. I would say the most difficult category, which is the narrative category. We got gold in that. And after that, of course, it just opened a lot of doors for me personally. And now I'm involved with a lot of Hollywood projects and abroad as well.
Definitely well deserved, and definitely congratulations. So there are some basic questions I've still got.
Sure.
Yeah, 5 minutes. If you want, see, I'm damaged. I've got academic background, so I love categories, right? So indulge me, okay? If you want to like define what an AI, cause I know you're a lot of things, right? You are also an AI artist, but not just only an AI artist, right? But if you wanted to like give a narrow, hopefully, definition of what an AI artist is, how would you define that?
Personally, I think it's hard to define. And I would never call myself just an AI artist, because for me, an AI artist is just using the tools to create something using AI.
Yeah.
But to know and to understand how to convey a message or a story, you need to be more than an AI artist, right?
Okay.
So you need to be you need to be a good storyteller. You need to know the beats in a movie. You need to know the dialogues. You need to I mean, just to generate clips. I think everybody can do that, because that's not that hard. Yeah. But in order to tell a story, you need to assemble different clips.
Yeah.
And that's also something you it's totally different.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not letting you go on that question.
Sure.
Let's just I'm going to be an asshole, okay?
Sure,
sorry.
sure.
Guys. See, those who don't use AI, okay, they have this mindset. I am one of them, just to be clear, that in order to create something really good, the best way is to use AI as an assistant, right? Maybe you do not agree, and that's just fine. But I'm going to just try to push on that. If you wanted to define your assistance, right? Not the stuff that you use, but just the profession, right? What would you call it? And if you don't have an answer, that's also acceptable, right? So basically, what is the main skill sets that you use as a human? Right. Yeah, that's it.
I think, as a human, I think the most valuable asset or a skill set today, 2035, is to be adaptable.
Being adaptable.
Yes. Whether is this actually doesn't need to be AI, because it can be any other tools. Especially, I mean, if you're working in the digital media, you need to be adaptable, because there come in a lot of new tools, AI or not, every week, and it will just work, and it will just change your current workflow to something better.
Yeah.
Maybe something better, but maybe it's not. But you need to have the time, and you need to have the correct mindset to be curious and to be open to make changes in your daily life. I mean, daily work.
Right.
I think personally, I'm a very curious person.
So that works in your advantage, basically.
I would say advantage, but I see myself very adaptable to
I'm
the
not trying
technology.
to be asshole. It just comes really natural for me. Sorry. Just keep continuing. I'm listening. Just go for it.
Yeah. There's that. Being adaptable is, I think, that's the main skill set you have to have.
Basically adaptable. Yeah. Okay, because your professional background, if we are now talking about professions, we've got still some time.
Yeah.
What before AI was involved and before AI became big, what was your?
I was a visual designer.
I mean,
as I said, you used. I remember you specifically
Yeah,
said Photoshop.
I said interdisciplinary visual artist.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I'm talking about softwares.
Yeah. Photoshop. I think we should go away the notion of using tools.
Yeah.
Because it is not okay. I can say I use Photoshop. I use the Adobe package as my main go-to, but it doesn't need to be that for any listeners out there.
Okay.
That's just
So
for
you
me.
don't need to do that. Yeah.
Of course not. It's just whatever that finds you comfortable to use. You can use CapCut for editing. You can use free software for editing. Whatever. It doesn't matter. I think that again the number one skill set is to be adaptable. But if you want to tell a story, you need to learn more about that instead of focusing on the tools. For me personally, right now I'm learning more about traditional filmmaking, and traditional storytelling, and how I can use that in my advantage.
And how do you involve AI in that?
Nothing.
Basically, you're going old school here.
Yeah, there are books, there are YouTube tutorials, there are podcasts. It's just
Okay.
yeah.
That's really interesting. Great. We are 1 minute above time. So it has been a pleasure knowing you.
Likewise.
And,
You've been a good supporter for every meetup. So kudos to you.
yeah. So I hope to. I've got a lot of more questions for you. I'm going to save those for another time.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you for your interview.
No worries.
Tusen takk.
So you managed to keep up so far, huh? Make sure to like, subscribe and comment. Hateful comments are welcomed as well. Hehe.